Ukrainian paratroopers successfully repelled a Russian armored assault near the town of Kurakov in the Donetsk region. The 46th Separate Airmobile Brigade reported that Russian forces had conducted assault operations 10 times over the past day. In 4 cases, they used a variety of equipment. Specifically, 2 off-road vehicles, 6 infantry fighting vehicles, and 3 tanks. In the battle, the paratroopers destroyed 2 Russian tanks and damaged 1. They also managed to destroy 3 infantry fighting vehicles. The military repelled the attack on October 21st in the area of Maximilianivka, Kurakov. Part of the troops dispersed to Maximilianivka and the Energetic Cottage village. Heavy fighting continues, and the enemy is throwing more and more reserves into the battle to reach Kurakov as soon as possible. The Ukrainian General Staff stated that the enemy continues to be most active in the Pokrovsk and Kurakov directions, where they conducted about 60% of all combat operations on the territory of Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukrainian paratroopers inflicted heavy damage on a Russian assault group trying to overrun their positions near Pokrovsk. Vladimir Putin's army is advancing on the key transport and logistical hub after capturing Avdiivka and Vuhledar in Ukraine's Donbass. Volodymyr Zelensky's troops are desperately trying to hold on to the city, the capture of which would be a huge setback for Ukraine. Russian commanders attempted an assault on positions defended by Ukraine's 79th Separate Air Assault Brigade in the Kurakov sector, south of Pokrovsk. The Russian assault group included 4 tanks and 19 armored personnel vehicles, which were supposed to offload the soldiers close to the Ukrainian defensive lines. However, they were quickly spotted and came under intense fire from the Ukrainian paratroopers, who used kamikaze drones and anti-tank weapons to repel the attack. Images of the ferocious battle released by the paratroopers show a succession of Russian armored vehicles sustaining direct hits and exploding into flames. The Russians sustained heavy losses and were forced into a humiliating retreat from the battlefield. In total, 5 armored vehicles, BMPs, and 1 tank were wiped out in the course of the intense firefight. Another 3 BMPs and a tank were damaged. In addition, 24 Russian soldiers were reported killed, while 20 were injured. In a statement accompanying the video of the battle, the 79th Separate Air Assault Brigade said, "Our paratroopers once again organized a warm welcome for the invaders." Russian attacks in the Kurakov sector have intensified in recent weeks as the Russians attempt to make a major breakthrough. Putin's army launched 59 assaults in the sector in just 1 day over the weekend, according to Ukraine's military. In one offensive, they tried to break through Ukraine's defensive lines and capture the village of Maximilianivka. The Russians deployed 7 tanks and 11 infantry fighting vehicles in the attack. The 46th Brigade claimed to have destroyed 7 pieces of Russian equipment. 2 more damaged tanks managed to roll back, the brigade said. The fate of the 28 fleeing Russian soldiers is unknown, the unit added. In another direction, the Firebird unit of the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine continues to wreak havoc on Russian forces with their precise and unexpected drone strikes. Specializing in FPV drones, these operatives target the enemy in locations where they feel safest. But no place is truly secure from the Firebird unit. Recent footage showcases the unit's success in hitting Russian military equipment and fortified positions near the Russian-Ukrainian border. A sudden flash, followed by an explosion, marks the destruction of high-value assets and the disarray of enemy troops. Meanwhile, General Oleksandr Syrsky named the losses suffered by the Russian military since the beginning of the Kursk operation. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine stated that the Russians lost a total of 17,819 people. According to him, 6,662 people were killed and 10,446 were wounded. Ukrainian troops also managed to capture 711 Russian soldiers. These statistics begin from August 8th and extend to the present, as Ukrainian forces continue operations in the Kursk region. Ukrainian troops are continuing active operations in the Kursk sector, destroying the enemy's combat potential for the third month in a row.